Hey there, this is Honey, and for the next few minutes I'd like to touch on the topic of getting backlinks by making blog comments. Now, I say I want to touch on it because it's one of the many ways to get backlinks to your site, but it's not necessarily one of the best ways. But since Google does love, all the search engines love to see links coming in from all these different places, all these different sites, using different keywords, blog commenting is a part of that, even though the links may not be quite as valued as they once were, thanks to spammers primarily. Just about every blog owner online will allow people to make comments about the post that they write. When you leave a comment, you're asked for your name and an email address and a website, which is optional. But if you fill in a website, it will link the website to the name. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, these are blog comments. And if you'll notice, the name is a hyperlink. And if you'll look down in the lower left-hand corner of the screen, you'll see that it hyperlinks to themiraclelife.net. This Eric is the blog owner, and so it's got his blog name in there, ericstips.com. This one goes to recordmyfamilyhistory.com. So you see that whatever website you list in the website field, and I'll show you that in just a minute, that's what the hyperlink becomes. So if we wanted to make a comment on this particular post, this is what I was telling you. It'll ask for your name and your email address, and your website is usually optional. And in the box here is where you fill in your comment. One little tip is instead of using your name, you put your keyword into the name field so that your website is linked to a keyword for your site. If you remember at the start of the video, I made the comment that links from blog comments they're beginning to not be as valuable as they once were. And it was primarily because of spammers. So there are some things you want to consider. If you choose to get some links from blog comments, there are some things that if you'll do this, you'll be less likely to be considered a spammer. One of them is you want relevant blogs. You want blogs that are in your niche or related to your niche. Ideally, you want do follow links in the comments, and I'm going to explain do follow in just a moment. You want the blog to be current and up to date. If you see one that the last post was sometime last year or many months ago, the blog owner is probably not keeping up to date, and your comment may never get approved. And if the blog has not been kept current, it may be a very long time before the spiders come back to even notice that you've added a comment. You also want activity on the blog, and that's why I used ericstips.com as an example, because he has a very active group of readers that follow him and they make comments daily. And then it's a bonus if the blog has a high page rank. Oftentimes you'll find the blog itself may have a high page rank, but the page that the comments are actually listed on does not. You'll still get a little bit of benefit from the fact that the whole domain has a high page rank. If you decide to use blog commenting as a means for getting backlinks to your site, there's two things you really need to do. And one is to read the post. Make sure you understand what the blog owner was writing about so that you can make a relevant response. And that's part of the second thing that you can do, is to contribute relevant quality to the blog and not just say, oh wow, nice post, or I totally agree, or I like your blog. Comment on the content of the post. Now, I said I would explain what do follow meant. There's a small snippet of code that can be put in the HTML source of a page that tells the spider bots not to follow the links on that page. It's a no follow. And if that code is not there, we call it then do follow links. Because if the spiders are not being told not to follow, then they do follow it. That's why ideally you want your comments to be on a blog that allows do follow. Now there's a little tool you can use that's free to download that will help you identify very quickly whether a blog allows do follow or not, because if it's no follow, it will highlight all the links in red. And you can go right here and download it, and it only works on Firefox, but I hope you're already using Firefox as your browser. And then you can go over here, and about 2/3, almost down the bottom of the page, there's the SEO for Firefox. There's a little video that shows you how to download and use that tool. So there's the URL to download, and there's where the training video is. So to quickly recap, the types of blogs you'll be looking for will be relevant to your niche or very closely related. Ideally, they'll have do follow links in the comment section. You want them current and up to date with a lot of commenting activity going on, and the higher the page rank, the better, of course. And then you want to be sure and read the post before you make a comment, and then say something worthwhile. Thanks so much for watching. In the next video, we'll be talking about forum posting.